Hey peeps, welcome back. So apparently 'tis the season for work rescue orchids. And as you can see, I have this rather gorgeous white and purple-lipped Phalaenopsis. And I must admit, this one and the yellow purple-lipped one are actually on my want list, so I'm keeping an eye out. But this one is a rescue that I intend to return. He just needs some love, because as you can see, it doesn't look so bad from the front, but when you turn him around and start to look in the, he just falls over in the pot, it's a whole different story. But he's got a lot of viable roots. I've noticed some potentially troubling black spots and white dots here. So he needs some love and a little bit of treatment and a tidy up, as he's been in this pot for 3 years, so it's about that time. So we're going to get him out and have a look and tidy him up and then get him into a fresh new pot, and depending on what's left by the time I'm done cleaning up, whether or not I put him back into this pot here or up the size to this one, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so from what I can see is there's a lot of, well, if not all of this here, below this point, it's just dead. There's nothing to these roots at all. But here, on the stalk, if I can get it to focus, there is actually lots of viable new roots that are starting to come through. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything that's dead below here, so a complete chop, and leave this stem here so these new roots can start establishing, and it's got a lot of viable aerial roots as well. So I think with a little bit of a cleanup, a treatment, this orchid is going to be absolutely fine. It just needed a little bit of love. I've also taken off these leaves here that had this black icky stuff on it, because I don't really want to take a risk there. So I'm also going to give it a spray down with some hydrogen peroxide 3%. So what that'll do is kill off any fungus or bacteria that's growing. Once I make the cut here, which I'll show you, I'm going to use some cinnamon to cauterize that wound, and also take off all these dead stalks here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the spike yet, but either way, I know I'm going to put him back into this pot here. So I'm going to go away and sterilize this and take off all this dead stuff off camera, and then we will show you what he looks like. So as I was picking away, I noticed another black spot here, so I'm going to try and see if I can get to that to remove, because I don't think it's a good idea to leave anything that's black on a plant, because black is never good. So I think I'm going to have to take away these bottom 3 leaves here, which is a shame, but prevention is better than cure, and even better than a dead orchid. So here we go. Yeah, before I forget, a top tip for removing orchid leaves is that you tear them down the crease, and then if I can try and do this one-handed, sorry guys, so you tear them like this, and then I need someone to help, and then you can pull them apart. And yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do this one-handed, but you get the idea. So you split it and then you can kind of pull it, and that's the easiest way of removing an orchid leaf without leaving something there at the bottom that you need to pick away later. So yeah, there we go. Okay, just a quick shot of me giving him a treatment with the hydrogen peroxide and the bug treatment, just in case. So he's just sat in the hydrogen peroxide after I sprayed him down I'm going to let the roots soak up some water and the hydrogen peroxide to do its thing. And then in the meantime, I'm just going to go and sterilise his pot, and we can see about getting him in his nice new home. And a quick shot of the orchid carnage. Oh, the humanity of it all. But it's okay. It's for the greater good. I'm just going to go ahead and clean this shit up now. So back with the orchid in a little bit, guys. Okay, so because he has a lot of aerial roots and nothing at the bottom, and I want the new growth that's starting on his stalk here to go underneath, I'm just going to have to rest him on on top of his pot of his top. What the hell? But anyway, so I'm going to fill him in, and unfortunately I can't record this. I can't do this one-handed. So I'm going to fill him in and prop him up and support him with his stakes, and I'll just show you what he looks like once I've done that. And here he is. Doesn't that look so much better? I decided to leave the flower spike on because, well, those flowers probably won't last much longer, so I might as well enjoy them for a while they last. And then what I'll do is I'll cut the spike back a little bit and let him regrow his roots. But as you can see, he's got a lot of viable aerial roots. He's propped up by like 3 sticks, and I've just tied the spike so he can just sit as straight as possible. So there we have it. I think the owner wants this back, so I'm not sure if I can give updates, but yeah, that's how you tidy up and rescue a semi-neglected orchid in very, very decomposed, crappy medium. Anyway, peeps, thanks for watching. It's much appreciated, much love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.